You are not supposed to know this. Stop. Breathe. What if everything you call goodness is a chain? A quiet lie that keeps you small, waiting for a world that never rewards the pure? This is the truth they bury. Being good doesn't win, it loses. And once you see why, you can't unsee it. Stay with me. Let it burn through your illusions. Because clarity isn't comfort. It's power. Part 1. Nature's silent verdict. The world begins where your illusions end. Look to nature, not as poetry, but as judge. It doesn't reward virtue. It enforces effectiveness. Consider the river carving canyons. Not through gentle flow, but relentless erosion. Water doesn't choose the soft path out of kindness. It exploits every crack, every weakness, until stone yields. The pure rock stands firm at first, unyielding, moral in its solidity. But the river wins. Always. It adapts, infiltrates, dominates. It doesn't pause for fairness. It doesn't apologize for the flood. It simply flows where resistance is weakest, turning mountains into dust over eons. You are that rock. Society whispers, be kind, be honest, be unbroken. Hold your ground like the ancient stone. But in the canyons of jobs, relationships, power, goodness erodes you. The river people, those who bend, who take the cracks, build empires while you crumble. They don't announce their moves. They seep in quietly, widening fissures with every calculated drop. Animals know this intimately. The wolf doesn't mourn the deer, it eats to lead the pack. No guilt, no debate. The pride of lions doesn't share kills out of equity. The strongest takes first, the weak wait or starve. Survival isn't sin, it's strategy. Nature strips away the pretense. There is no deserving. There is only what endures. Human stupidity clings to fairness, as if nature cares. But it doesn't. It responds to control. Your moral heart blinds you to the current pulling you under. You stand rigid, preaching integrity, while the adaptable flood passed. Stop fighting it. Observe. Watch how the river doesn't rage against the boulder, it goes around, under, through. Over time, the boulder is gone, and the canyon bears the river's name. Your moral heart is that boulder, noble, but doomed. It feels heavy with purpose, but purpose without adaptation is just slow suicide. Feel the erosion in your own life. That promotion you lost to the flatterer? The friend who borrowed and vanished? The lover who took without giving? These aren't exceptions, they're nature's verdict. The pure rock erodes because it refuses to flow. The wolf thrives because it hunts without hesitation. The river carves because it never stops seeking the path of least resistance. And in this seeing, a quiet shift begins. You stop expecting mercy from stone. You stop demanding the world bend to your virtue. Instead, you study the cracks. You learn the flow. You become the current, not destructive for its own sake, but inevitable. You infiltrate where others resist. You build not by force, but by persistence. No fanfare, no moral high ground, just quiet dominance. This is the first liberation, to see nature not as enemy, but as mirror. It shows you what you are, adaptable or extinct. Most choose extinction, calling it principle. The clear-eyed choose flow, calling it nothing at all. They simply move. Write in the comments. Nature erodes. Part 2. The brain's hidden chains. Deeper now. Your mind, that sacred vault, betrays you first. Evolution wired it for tribes of 150, where sharing meant survival. Be good, share the fire, trust the circle. Betray none, for the group was your shield. But today, 8 billion strangers, a vast canyon of deceit. Your prefrontal cortex, seat of morality, floods with dopamine for self-sacrifice. It feels right. It feels human. The warm glow of forgiveness, the quiet pride of honesty. These are chains, forged in ancient fires, now binding you in modern wars. They whisper, this is strength, but it's surrender. Science whispers the truth. Studies of 1,000 leaders show that ethical rise 40% of the time. The adapters? 85%. Why? Their brains reward cunning, not conscience. Dopamine surges for the win, not the right path. Your guilt? Cortisol chains, binding you while they flow free. Neuroimaging reveals it. The moral brain lights up with stress when bending rules. The pragmatic one glows with reward. You're literally addicted to losing. Chained to a system that kept cavemen alive, but starves modern wolves. Feel it. That moment you forgive the backstabber, calling it empathy. It's not strength, it's inertia. Your ancient wiring, dressed as wisdom, keeps you eroded. Remember the coworker who smiles while stealing your ideas? You confront gently, seeking understanding. They nod, apologize, then do it again. Your brain rewards the high road with fleeting peace. Theirs rewards the theft with promotion. You chain yourself to fairness. They flow to the top. Or the relationship. You give endlessly, believing loyalty buys love. They take, vanish, leave you questioning your worth. Your dopamine chained to their validation. Theirs, free for the next mark. The Machiavellian mind detaches, sees the chain, slips it, helps when it serves the flow, withholds when it doesn't. No rage, no sermons, just calculation. Clarity arrives cold. Stupidity isn't ignorance. It's refusing to unchain your instincts. You don't fix the river. You redirect it. Become sovereign over the flood within. Map your own triggers. The guilt that stops you from negotiating salary. The empathy that makes you overwork for ingrates. The honesty that reveals your hand too soon. This sovereignty demands discomfort. At first, unchaining feels like betrayal of self, of humanity. But watch, the unchained don't chase approval. They observe the chained, use their predictability. The backstabber expects forgiveness, deny it, and they falter. The taker expects giving, withhold, and they expose themselves. Your brain protests, cortisol spikes, but persist. Redirect the dopamine, tie it to outcomes, not intentions. When the negotiation, reward. Spot the user early, peace. In this detachment, peace stirs, not from harmony, but from flow. You no longer drown in the current you once called conscience. You ride it. The chains rust and fall. Stupidity, that refusal to see, becomes your advantage. The chained react, you respond. They plead fairness, you enforce terms. They cling to emotion, you wield strategy. This is the second liberation. Your mind, once prison, becomes palace. No longer wired to lose, but to lead. The world doesn't change. Your seeing does. And in that shift, the canyon widens, carved by you. Write in the comments, I unchain. Part 3, the illusion of loyalty. Deeper still, loyalty, that golden word you wear like armor, is the third chain, heavier than stone or synapse. Society calls it virtue. Stand by your friends, your family, your word, no matter the cost. It feels noble, unbreakable, the mark of the real human. But peel it back. Loyalty is inertia disguised as love. It binds you to sinking ships while the adaptable swim free. In the river's canyon, the loyal rock clings to its bedfellow boulders, whispering, we're in this together. The current scatters them all, but the lone stone that rolls with the flow endures. Consider history's quiet verdict. Empires fall not to enemies, but to misplaced allegiance. Rome's senators pledged loyalty to the Republic's ideals, refusing to adapt to Caesar's tide. They stood firm, honest, and true, while he flowed around them. Alliances forged in shadows, legions bought with pragmatism. The loyal? Slaughtered or sidelined. Caesar? Canyon carver, eternal. Or closer, your own circle. That friend from childhood who drains your time with endless crises, calling it brotherhood. You stay loyal, sacrificing opportunities, believing bonds repay in kind. They take, you erode. Meanwhile, the disloyal networker cuts ties with dead weight, flows to new alliances, builds fortunes. Their canyon? Grand. Yours? A puddle. Human stupidity worships loyalty as sacred, forgetting nature's law. Bonds serve survival, not sentiment. Wolves form packs for the hunt, not hugs. Abandon the lame. Merge with stronger groups. Your brain chains you here too. Oxytocin floods for the familiar face, masking the drain. Feel it. The colleague who owes you one, but ghosts your favor? You wait loyally, cortisol rising. They? Already flowing to the next promoter. Or love. You pledge forever to the one who gives crumbs, chained by vows. They leave for the river of excitement. You? Shattered bedrock. The Machiavellian mind severs cleanly. Loyalty is a tool, not a tomb. Pledge when it amplifies your flow. To mentors who elevate, allies who reciprocate. Cut when it damns you. Ghost the vampire, redirect energy. No guilt. No explanation. Clarity demands it. Stupidity is chaining yourself to the unworthy, calling it honor. You don't dam the river for a pebble. You let it go, watch it sink, carve wider. Practice the severance, audit your loyalties. Who receives more than they give? Who anchors you in shallows? Release them silently. At first, the chain pulls. Old dopamine tugs at memories. But persist. Redirect. Invest in those who flow upward with you. The ex-friend begs back? Withhold. Watch their confusion, your power. The family obligation? Negotiate terms, not surrender. Suddenly, your canyon deepens. Resources flow to you, not from. In this severance, a fiercer peace emerges, not isolation, but elevation. You rise above the tangled rocks, seeing their struggles from afar. The loyal drown in mutual erosion. You carve alone, then invite only the worthy to your banks. Stupidity clings, clarity chooses. No more waiting for reciprocity from stone. You become the river that selects its tributaries. This is the third liberation. Loyalty unchained becomes leverage. You owe nothing to the past. You serve the path ahead. The world responds not to your oaths, but to your orbit. Draw close what strengthens, repel what weakens. And in that choice, you flow unhindered. Write in the comments, I sever. Part 4, Power's Quiet Arithmetic. Now, the core, power. Not the scream of tyrants, but the whisper of arithmetic, cold, precise, unforgiving. You call it cruel, chaining it to morality's scaffold. True power is earned through goodness, through lifting others. But that's the lie. Power is subtraction, what you take away from others to add to yourself. The river doesn't empower the canyon, it hollows it. The wolf doesn't uplift the herd, it thins it to feast. Nature's math, one thrives, many yield. Your illusions scream unfair. Stupidity recoils. Clarity calculates. Feel the arithmetic in your bones. That job interview. The good candidate shares ideas freely, builds team spirit. The pragmatic withholds brilliance, probes weaknesses, positions as indispensable. Result, they get the corner office, you get feedback. Or wealth, the saver shares tips generously, paying it forward. The accumulator hoards knowledge, exploits markets quietly. Their empire multiplies, yours trickles. Science confirms. Game theory simulations. Cooperators lose 70% to defectors in repeated rounds. Dopamine chains you to sharing, they harvest the yield. Human stupidity dresses power as sin. Selfish, greedy. But Machiavelli saw, men are ungrateful, fickle, give freely, they take more. Power isn't taken by force alone, it's accrued by denial. Withhold praise until earned. Share resources strategically. Reveal cards last. Your moral heart protests. Cortisol for the meanie. Theirs. Reward for the gain. Remember Zuckerberg. Not the leaker, Snowden, exiled for truth, but the builder. Cambridge scandals. Arithmetic. Data harvested. Scandals deflected. Billions added. Snowden's power? Dissolved in exile. Moral subtracts. Pragmatic multiplies. The Machiavellian mind masters the math. Audit inflows / outflows daily. Time. Who takes hours unreturned? Subtract them. Influence. Amplify your voice, silence rivals subtly. No drama, just deduction. Clarity arrives ruthless. Stupidity is giving without ledger. You don't flood the canyon for free. Become the engineer, divert streams to your reservoir. Help when it indebts. Deny when it empowers foes. This demands practice, uncomfortable at first. Negotiate harder. Ask for 20% more. Watch the chain of politeness snap. In conversations, listen twice, speak once, subtract their info, add yours sparingly. Relationships, give 60%, receive 100%. The beggar for more? Subtract access. Oxytocin tugs, ignore. Redirect reward to your balance sheet. Wins compound. Small denials build vast canyons. In this arithmetic, true calm settles, not from abundance, but from control. You no longer beg the river for rain, you dam and direct. The power-hungry flail, you accumulate unseen. Stupidity scatters, clarity consolidates. Empires aren't built by addition of friends, but subtraction of threats. This is the fourth liberation. Power unchained is precision. You owe the world nothing, it owes you your due. Calculate relentlessly. The canyon you carve measures your mastery. No apologies. No excess. Just the quiet sum of what endures. Part 5. The Mask of Kindness. Deeper into the shadows. Kindness, that soft veil you drape over survival, is the fifth chain, subtler than all before, woven from your own illusions. You call it the essence of humanity. Smile at strangers, forgive slights, offer help unasked. It feels warm, expansive, the river sharing its banks with every wanderer. But peel the mask. Kindness is surrender disguised as strength. It floods your canyon to others' reservoirs, eroding your depths while they deepen theirs. The wolf doesn't nuzzle the lamb before the kill, it strikes clean. Nature's verdict. Kindness without calculation is charity to predators. Your good heart invites the flood, not as giver, but as drowned. Feel its weight in the quiet moments. That office smile to the rival's joke? Kindness chains you to their narrative, subtracting your edge. They probe your weaknesses veiled as banter. You reveal, calling it rapport. Result, they flow past in promotions. You stagnate in courtesy. Or friendships. The endless listening ear to the complainer's woes, being there, without boundaries. Hours poured, energy sapped. Your canyon shallows while theirs widens with your subtracted vitality. Science unmasks it. Empathy studies show chronic givers burn 60% more cortisol, accelerating erosion. Takers? Dopamine peaks, unscathed. Your brain rewards the mask with fleeting virtue highs, theirs with unearned gains. Human stupidity sanctifies kindness as salvation. What if everyone was kind? But the world isn't a meadow, it's a canyon. Men are fickle, as Machiavelli etched. Give freely, they demand more. Withhold strategically, they orbit you. Remember the boardroom. The kind manager shares credit equally. The pragmatic? Credits flow to self, subordinates motivated by scarcity. Their team excels under tension, yours drifts in false harmony. Or love, you kindle endlessly, believing warmth buys devotion. They bask, then depart for colder fires. Your reservoir empties, there's overflows. Stupidity clings to the mask, whispering, humanity demands it. Clarity sees. Kindness unchained serves you first. The Machiavellian mind reforges the mask, kindness as weapon, not wound. Smile to disarm, not dissolve. Help to indebt, not deplete. Give 30% up front, enough to hook, not enough to satisfy. Watch eyes light with obligation. Deny the rest until reciprocity flows. No announcements. Practice. Next conversation, mirror their energy, warm if useful, cool if draining. The energy vampire approaches? Kind nod, then redirect. Busy now. Feel the chain tug, old habits protest. Persist. Redirect dopamine. Tie it to retain power, not spent warmth. Audit weekly. Who received your kindness unreturned? Subtract access. Their confusion? Your leverage. This reforge demands vigilance. At first, the unmasked world feels stark. Faces harden without your glow. But observe, the takers falter without easy floods. They seek you still, drawn to calculated warmth. Relationships transform. Partners invest more when kindness is earned, not endless. Careers accelerate. Superiors notice your helpful precision. Rivals envy your untapped reserves. Stupidity broadcasts kindness like floodlights. Clarity deploys it as shadows, illuminating paths only you control. In this masking, a profound stillness descends. Not emptiness, but fullness. Your canyon, once leaked dry, brims with directed waters. You no longer pour for applause, you irrigate your empire. The kind-hearted erode in mutual shallows, you deepen alone, inviting only those who add tributaries. Stupidity reacts to need, clarity anticipates it. No more masks torn by betrayal. Yours fits perfectly, benevolent surface, armored core. This is the fifth liberation. Kindness unchained becomes command. You owe the world no floods. You direct them. The river doesn't wet every stone. It chooses its course. Smile less, mean more. Give strategically, receive exponentially. And in that precision, others bend toward you, not out of fear, but fascination. Part 6. The liberation of ruthless clarity. The final descent. Clarity, not the spark of insight, but the unrelenting dawn that dissolves all chains. Most souls don't seek it. They crave comfort veiled as wisdom, reassurance that emotions are truth, that goodness guarantees reward, that chaos holds meaning. But the Machiavellian mind knows, the world ignores intentions. It bows only to control. Human stupidity isn't absent knowledge, it's willful blindness. We forge our own chains because truth scorches. It demands sovereignty. It shatters fantasies of fairness, kindness, moral safety. So we choose fog, optimism as armor, obedience as faith, virtue as self-deceit. We name it compassion, but it's terror, terror of the canyon's naked stone. Machiavelli didn't cynicize, he liberated. Men are ungrateful, fickle, deceivers, rule not the world as it should be, but as it is. That seeing wasn't poison, it was freedom. Stop expecting virtue from vipers. Stop awaiting justice from rivers. You cease manipulation by their illusions. No more waiting for reciprocity from stone, unchaining from ancient wires, severing dead loyalties, calculating power's math, masking kindness as command. Clarity feels arctic at first, stripping illusions that warm the weak. But eyes adjust to the dark. Patterns emerge. Stupidity hides in morality's cloak. Weakness masquerades as empathy. The world rewards control veiled as courtesy. In that vision, reaction dies. You stop justifying. Stop seeking validation. You become still, lethally still. Stupidity isn't malice. It's momentum, noise of ego, flood of unchecked emotion. You don't battle it. You channel it. Bend it without breaking. The fool reforms the river. The clear-eyed diverts it. You move transformed. Speak sparingly. Observe endlessly. Offer nothing gratis. Not thoughts, not energy, not oaths. Motives shift from moral to strategic. Aid when it aligns your flow. Withhold when it dams. Predictability vanishes. They circle, guessing your current. Peace arrives, not harmony's illusion, but hierarchy's order. You ascend chaos by comprehending it. Detachment is the crown, from fixing fools, from opinion's roar, from virtue's false victory. Detached, you perceive with terrifying precision. Selfishness, not vice, self-preservation. Power, not tyranny, shield. Control, not corruption, alignment with canyons carved by eons. History indicts the chained. Every fallen empire trusted morality's walls. Every betrayed soul banked on loyalty's return. Every shattered idealist believed goodness sufficed. Annals honor discipline, self-mastery, immovability amid pleas. You can embody virtue without naivety, kindness without exploitation, but only as sovereign. Command your instincts, emotions as scouts, not rulers. Generosity as investment, not hemorrhage. The urge to explain? Silence it. Greatest dominion. Comprehend all, reveal nothing. You owe the world no innocence. You owe at your command. Protect others? Shield yourself first. Strength alone shelters fragility. The ultimate paradox, self-focus not from avarice, but acuity. Aiding all isn't love, it's dilution. Preserving your order births more equilibrium than legions of altruists. Be merciless with focus. Fortress your peace. Stupidity, that din of feeling and facade, loses power over you. You've transcended. If you've journeyed this far, through nature's erosion, brain's betrayal, loyalty's grave, power's ledger, kindness's veil, write it in the comments. I see through the illusion. Because this was the piercing, from comfort's fog to control's light. Rejecting naivety for wisdom. Embracing the perilous truth. The world doesn't reward goodness, it rewards those who see.